By any estimate, the standing of the United States in the world has diminished greatly over the past 7 years of the Obama administration. What would be your plan to repair America's standing in the world?
You know, foreign policy, or the practice of it, is different than domestic policy. In domestic policy, you can debate a particular issue over many years and reach a consensus, hopefully. But foreign policy, you don't have that luxury. You have to speak with much greater clarity. So the first thing the next president needs to do is scrap the lawyerly analytical model that Obama has and adopt a more clear and a definitely moral higher ground to American policies. So let's start with the fact that America has to be able to say what is good and what is bad. Islamic terrorism is bad. They call themselves ISIL, and they include the word Islam in it. So you have to speak with clarity. You have to be able to call it what it is. You know, Natan Sharansky, when Reagan was president, said one of the turning moments was when Reagan called the Soviet Union the evil empire. And then for him and others, at least it brought clarity. So step number one, the new president has to bring clarity to our policies. Step number two, we should have a more defined and declared policy about where we're going to get involved. America can't be everywhere at every moment, and they can't intervene in every country. We used to think that when it comes to countries behaving badly, as long as they didn't export their problems, yes, it was heartbreaking to watch, but if they weren't committing genocide, we wouldn't get involved. If they did export their problems, you had a range of things that you could do in response, from the economic all the way up to rescuing people in genocide or using some form of military intervention. So we need to, at least the next president does, clearly define when America would get involved. If we do get involved, we have to do it with clear objectives. We have to know what we're going to do when we go in, and we have to know what we want as a result before we would leave. Of course, you shouldn't tell the other side what your plans are or when you're going to leave. You leave the enemy wondering. But if you ask me any one thing that we need to do, we need to speak with much greater moral clarity in foreign affairs. We need to reassure our allies not only what our policies are, but that we will stand behind them in their troubles as well. If we do those things, that'll start to repair the American standing abroad.